Well, hello and welcome back to another video of the F1 Driver Cremo with McLaren, episode number 62 today for the Austrian Grand Prix, season 4, round number 8. If you missed the previous episode at Silverstone, I recommend you go and check that one out because we now have a healthy lead, 15 points over Carlos Sainz, 17 to my teammate Oscar Piastri. R&D wise, coming into this race, then just finalising some major durability upgrades. Again, Porsche bring yet another engine upgrade, hence our slight progress, and hence Williams mirrored progress as well. Mercedes and Red Bull have also brought upgrades, as have Alpine. You know, they did have a slow start to the season, but they're looking to bounce back, especially with Lando Norris. They have brought him into that team to spearhead their new attack for this season in place of Max Verstappen. AlphaTauri also bringing upgrades, so they'll be looking for points as well. Remember, they have actually scored points, and they're in that battle for 6th place in the championship. So with likes of Haas as well. But into qualifying, then obviously it's a sprint weekend. So on the Friday, yes, currently P7. Austria is a good track for me. But as I said previously, I think the problem I'm having, as I do on about this time on every game, is the AI. Their pace between qualifying and the race gets bigger. The gap between their pace, basically, that's what I'm trying to say. As a result, they are untouchable at times in qualifying, but it does mean that we can have a little bit more fun in the races because we are faster than them in the races, if that makes sense. So yes, we're down in P8. Verstappen's gone fastest now. We're still P8. We're 2 and a bit tenths up on our previous best time. Piastri behind us, who I don't know where he is as well. We've got Vettel, Hamilton, Ocon's been out qualified by Gasly. That's not great for Ocon, who's had a poor season. 2 and a bit tenths up then as we go up to the line with a bit of slipstream. Carlos Sainz takes his first sector, but it's P9 in the end, 4 tenths off. Piastri is on the front row though. So both of our championship rivals, Sainz and Piastri, on the front row. It'd be nice if somebody else could get a bit involved with them, because the fewer points they score, the better it is for us, as Albon has a penalty. Not sure what his penalty is for. I think it's for blocking Piastri, because Piastri only got 1 run in at the end of the session, hence why we dropped to P9. So yes, here we are for the sprint. It's always 6 laps. We've had chaos in the past here at Austria. I'm sure there'll be some chaos today as well. 6 laps, 6 lap sprint, so we'll only need the soft tyres. We're going to lower the fuel as well, not too much because there's a fuel glitch image. So 5 red lights for the Austrian Grand Prix sprint, and after a long hold, away we go. It's okay start. A little bit of a wheel spin there. We're going to try and block Ocon off. Try and go around the outside. Can we go around the outside of Vettel at turn 1? Yes, we can. We've been blocked in by Hamilton there, and Ocon's going to come back at us, and that's us down to P10 as well. But now we need to try and get past Ocon as soon as possible. We need to try and get as many of these cars possible and get a good start. Dive up the inside at turn 3, but Ocon has dived it up there as well. So the Frenchman has got we've both got Hamilton effectively, who's been caught napping. So Hamilton's lost 2 positions at that position. As in 3 wide, we tried to dive Vettel as well, but they got the better traction out of that turn 3 down towards turn 4, as well as we block off Hamilton. Now can we need to get past Ocon down at turn 4? Yes, we can. Up to P8 now. So we've now started to make some positions up. Checking the vehicle, and there's contact between the 2 Red Bulls. So both Red Bulls will need a new front wing. One of Verstappen does continue on. Here's a replay. There's Leclerc's front wing. Leclerc, I think, had that damage anyway. Don't know if that's a Verstappen, but that's a virtual safety car that's deployed to remove the front wing of Leclerc and that damage. Verstappen's still there, so I've only got half lot. Right around the outside, turn 6, I think it is. of Vettel, unable to make the move there, but we need to take advantage before these guys are able to get past Max Verstappen, who's holding everybody up as he comes into the pits on the right hand side. There's contact between Russell and Verstappen around the outside of Norris at the final corner, and we're up to P5. A beautiful series of corners as well. Let's get a replay here. You can see there, we made the move on Vettel down at turn 9, and that's, we gave him the space. Vettel, fair racing between myself and Vettel. Then we got Norris, who just got caught a bit wayward with Russell. Russell, by the way, on board with him, and it's a bit of a deja vu move that Verstappen did to Leclerc, and Russell hasn't got a front wing, and it's just a sitting duck. So we're up to P3, set a fastest first sector, not that you get a fastest lap point in the sprint, but now, can we bridge that 5-second gap to Piastri? I don't think so. As we're watching on board with Sir Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes, he's having a battle with Lando Norris. There's a bit of contact, and Hamilton's lost his front wing. And then there's more contact. Vettel's lost a front wing now. Norris goes past, and I think Vettel's out of the race as well. And I think that's Ocon without a front wing as well. Going slowly there. The second blue Alpine. Oh, there's a pile-up. So we ride on board with Yuki Tsunoda. Ocon just stops, and then nobody just watches. We're on board with Latifi in the Haas. As well as they all get caught up, he just cleverly slots past and doesn't even get a puncture as well. Same can't be said for Leclerc, who just goes into the back of the Alfa Romeo and is out of the race as well. So a huge mess, but no safety car of any kind for that. So we're going to go back to some actual racing between Oscar Piastri and Carlos Sainz, our two championship rivals. They're battling at the front. Sainz, though, with a great defence, I think he's got a bit more wing, or a bit more aero at least. Magnussen's got no front wing now. There's Latifi's in the points. Both Astons are in the points as well. This could be a big day for those little teams, as there's just a tyre wandering down the start-finish straight. As well there, as we're back to Piastri versus Sainz. Piastri has a go down the inside of turn 1, but takes the curbing. Sainz is having none of it, but now Piastri's got DRS again, up to turn 3, and Piastri is now through on Carlos Sainz, and that will give him first place for tomorrow's, as a starting grid for tomorrow's Grand Prix. With that, though, finished the events, as there's tyres still there. There are the tyres on the right. Managed to roll to the right as we come through to avoid the carnage. I think someone got lapped in a sprint. That was utter carnage. With that, there were so many front wing changes. You've got people out of position now, like the two Red Bulls, out of position. In actual fact, Verstappen isn't out of position because he managed to come through for P9. Only 8 people didn't DNF or didn't make a pit stop. That is shameful as well. Latifi P8, he gets a point for Haas, and from Aston Martin get a double point score, so they'll be very happy with that. No points for Alfa Romeo because both their drivers messed up. You've got likes of Hamilton, both Mercedes making a pit stop, both Red Bulls out of position as well. But despite that, the top 3 in the championship, Sainz and Piastri, are still slightly closer to me now, 14 and 15 points back. So it's time to see what we can do in the race from third on the grid.
Good afternoon and welcome to Spielberg, and to a circuit that in one form or the other has held every Austrian Grand Prix in the championship except the very first back in 1964. It was at this race that John Watson lost a bet and his beard when he took Team Penske's only F1 victory in 1976. If anything, the stakes are even higher today, with 25 points available for victory and a crucial advantage in the championship fight. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 metres above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill turn 3. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position. A very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Phoenix, Norris, Pierre Gasly and Bottas, Stroll, Latifi, Verstappen and George Russell, Mick Schumacher, Magnussen, Sir Lewis Hamilton and Joe, Schwartzman, Vettel, Esteban Ocon and Yuki Tsunoda. Leclerc and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you here with us today. But I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Okay, now that we've got some good points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
I think we can aim for victory here today. Austria is a good track for me race-wise, as we saw as well. Race strategy is going to be a one-stop from soft to medium as well. Might be able to extend that soft strategy. We'll have to wait and see about that. Depends if there's more carnage. Maybe a safety car as well. So 5-foot lights then to the Austrian Grand Prix, and away we go. A short hold this time, as it's Piastri tries to cover off Sainz. Sainz has a good start. We need to cover off Norris in the Alpine there around the outside. Piastri does the same to Sainz, and it's as we were 1, 2, 3. Gasly actually got the jump on Norris through turn 1. So watch Latifi, the both Astons on the medium tyre to start the race, and that's given Latifi the energy he needs on the soft tyre to get past both of them. So Latifi is running P6 at the moment. We're going to try and get past it up to P2 though, as well. There's a bit of contact there between Sainz and Piastri, but we're past Sainz now, up to P2. That is crucial. Now we need to try and get past our teammate. He set the fast lap of the Grand Prix, but we're flying as well. We've got purple first sector. Trying to have a look around the outside, not able to get the traction down. And look at it, there's a bit of a joke how OP the traction is. So watching Alex Albon, as I think that's Vettel coming into the pits, and Albon is out of the race as well. So he's made a mess. Virtual safety car only deployed for that mess as well. That's, you know, there needs to be a bit more safety car action as well. As we're now going to get good launch at turn 1, but Piastri cuts across us there and is unable to get past. We're going to have DRS again up to turn 3. Can we make this move go? He tries to squeeze us almost onto the grass. We're not having none of that at all from Piastri. We're supposed to be teammates, and we get the move done. There's a warning for contact with him, really, but I mean that was a bit over-aggressive defending there. As I say, probably bad feelings from Oscar over what happened in Canada as well. And now that's going to invite Sainz and Piastri to battle each other. Gasly's in there in the background. Great race. This is a great race for Gasly. I mean, you're able to show Red Bull, when both of their drivers are down the grid, able to show Red Bull what he can do, potential race seat in the future. And that is Latifi battling his old teammate, George Russell. As well, Verstappen's already passed. As I say, it's only Latifi's not expected to be able to score points. We'll have to wait and see. One driver though was hoping to get some points with Lance Stroll, but his Aston Martin engine has blown up. And that's such a shame for Stroll. You know, they had a good chance of getting a double point score, at least, at something, if there was a bit of carnage. as well. Hamilton also on the mediums, as well as we kind of come in. But McLaren, we went 1 lap longer because of the virtual safety car. I told the team we were coming in this lap, but Piastri's coming in as well. So bad communication there for McLaren, just showing the more internal divisions between myself and Piastri. This could get like 2007 between Hamilton and Alonso. Remember how that ended up? With Alonso in the end walked away from the team. Hamilton and Schwartzman have yet to stop, so they will be going there. They'll have to make another stop. So effectively, we do have the race lead at this moment. In effective race lead whenever he makes their top. We're going to have a replay of Sainz. Sainz is pitted onto the hard tyres, Ferrari strategy, and we're going a lap longer. Look at that. Gasly's now in front of Sainz, but Sainz is going to come back with DRS down to turn 4. Gasly's going to be fair. There's contact between Sainz and Gasly. Gasly continues on as well. Sainz has a go now around the outside of turn 1, and there's a little bit more contact there as well, but Sainz is now through up to effectively what is P2 once everyone makes their stop. There's still Bottas still yet to make their stop. Gasly though is going to come back at Sainz down to turn 4. Yes, he is. He's still got a bit of a front wing there as well. But now there is contact between Norris and Sainz, and Norris and Gasly, excuse me, and Gasly has lost his front wing. So it's such a shame for the Frenchman who's doing so well. And Verstappen's gone past Piastri, but Piastri does able to fend off this Verstappen. And now Gasly, sadly for him, it's such a shame. That is cruelty of F1 there for Gasly, who's on for a good P4, P5, able to contact, and this Russell's gone into the back of Gasly, and that's just spruing the front wing all over, and Russell's going to have to get another front wing for him as well, so he's going to have to come in, and that's going to bring out a safety car to clear up all the mess, as Latifi, he's way down the order, but has slowed down for the safety car. That's going to allow Gasly to catch up. Gasly is on soft tyres. I'm hoping he can come through for maybe a point, maybe if he's got the pace in this final 3 laps. But the safety car has come out to clear up just all the mess that is out there at Austria as well. Even if those tyres from yesterday's chaotic sprint have gone, it's still there's still front wings everywhere, which have now all been cleared up, thank God. So no punches. So we've got effectively will be 3 laps sprint between myself, Sainz, Norris, Piastri and Verstappen. We go as early as possible after the final corner and catch Sainz napping. Remember, those hard tyres are very hard to warm up, and Norris is going to prove that to Sainz by overtaking him down at turn 3. Sainz tries to put up a fight, but Norris now is up to P2. That's a great move, great move for us as well. Can Sainz come back at Norris though? His former teammate from McLaren, now both in different teams. No, Sainz has gone deep. Maybe those tyres are definitely not warmed up. Piastri goes past. He is able to keep Verstappen, and that's Bottas has lost his front wing. So Aston are definitely not scoring points today. The one remaining Aston Martin, the Bottas will need to come in for a new front wing, and Piastri having a go at Norris. Norris having none of it at turn 2, but this is a chance to get a 1-2 for the team. But Sainz, look at Sainz up at turn 3. He's having a double dive bomb. Sainz coming back after going wide. He now surely has got those hard tyres fired up. He's got the pace through the corners as well, and the Ferrari engine isn't that bad. Now it's Ferrari versus Alpine. He's got Piastri, which is his main target. Now he's trying to chase after me. He's now passed Norris. The Alpine not quite there in terms of performance there. And as we jump to the last lap, penultimate lap of the Grand Prix, Piastri has lost his front wing, and that's him coming into the pits. So Piastri isn't going to score any points. It's been domination in the second half. Since I thought my heart sank when I saw the safety car coming out, but them battling for P2 has allowed me to pull away. Better tyre than Sainz as well. Thank you very much. It's another victory. one hand, surely, on the Drivers' Championship. Don't jinx it, though.
A beautiful performance from McLaren today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, tyre management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be McLaren picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance.
Second win in 3 races now, as well, because we won in Canada, obviously, and now we've won here in Austria. Sadly, unable to win our home Grand Prix, but nevertheless, it's nice to be on that top step. Sainz, another P2. He's very consistent. Even if he's not winning races, he's there. Norris will be very happy with that podium as well, considering at times he's had very hard luck in this career mode of ours. As well, Piastri actually is in point. Latifi came through in the end to get a point in front. He held off Gasly up to the line as well to get by 0.4 of a second to get P10. Could be a crucial point for Haas in their little battle with AlphaTauri as well for P6. Although Magnussen did score today, Schumacher didn't have a great race and suffered P16 in the end as well. Piastri finished last, so he's 41 points back now. Can he mount a late charge? You know, Norris is coming in there. Any of the others, can they mount a charge? But you know, I think it's our title loop. We've grown the gap to Sainz to 22 points, but only takes one DNF, and all of a sudden he's right back in there as well. Constructors is pretty much sealed there as well, and Verstappen, well, with our rivalry, with 22-16 now, with 2 races remain, I'm confident we can round this out in the remaining 2 races next week as well. So we'll move further up on level 18. We got to renegotiate our contract though before the Hungarian Grand Prix as well, so we'll do that at the start of next episode. But 3rd win of the season as well. Yeah, as I said, Sainz 4 second places in a row now since getting there, and that's also I'm pretty sure we've got surpassed the amount of wins that we managed on F1 2021. So yes, it's becoming more of a different type of championship. Can we keep that dominance up though? Piastri is inconsistent. He's won more Grand Prix than us, and when he's been untouchable, I can't catch him. You know, at places like Bahrain, Australia, Azerbaijan, and Britain. When he's in the mood, he can win a Grand Prix, but he's not being consistent enough, and that's why he's quite a bit far back in the championship as well. Sonoda and the 2 Alfa Romeos have yet to score a point. Sonoda hasn't scored a point since season 1 either, so that is a score point that he'll look to change as soon as possible. But anyway, if you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, see plenty more F1 22 drive commit videos as and when they come out. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, thanks so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.